Hello and welcome to Adulting. I'm your host, Noah Graham, bringing you the latest tips on improving yourself for your future. We all know that we've fallen behind in some aspects of our life, like our schoolwork. So on this episode of Adulting, the topic of the week is how to avoid procrastination. Be sure to stay until the end of the show to see what you can do to avoid putting work off and stressing out about it. Right now, we'll take it over to Wes with Blackout. After that, we'll see Bailey's show, Helping Hands. Stay tuned.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Blackout. I'm your host, Wesley, and this is a show where we talk about anything and everything black, whether that be history, music, cinema, culture, whatever. And this week, we're talking about music. Now, I promised to you guys that I would talk about jazz music, and I will. I promised. I said I would. That's what we're going to do. Briefly, though, because I cannot talk about the entire lineage of African American music and its effect, because that would take way too long, and you guys don't have way too long. So jazz basically comes from everything else that African American music comes from. West Africa, Negro spirituals, call and response, ragtime, a bunch of these different genres that came out in the early 1900s, and so did jazz. Now, jazz originated in New Orleans, and it's centered around improvisation and basically freedom and expression. And much like blues is a reflection of the time period and the setting that it takes place in, jazz is just that. Jazz is basically expression art in music form. Jazz is commonly associated with the bourgeoisie's part of society and all the rich people, but that doesn't necessarily ring true. Jazz was made by a lot of poor people, and poor people can listen to jazz. I know a lot of people don't listen to it because it's either boring or complex. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to listen to jazz to appreciate it. And in fact, you don't have to listen to black music to appreciate it. The goal of Blackout is not to tell you that black culture is better, or black music in this case is better. I'm just here to inform you that a lot of the stuff that you listen to today is heavily influenced by black music. I mean, guys, look at the most popular genres of music, and it goes in the order of hip-hop music, which was made by black people in the late 1970s, early 80s in New York City. Rock music, which was heavily inspired by blues and was even created by black people. Pop music, which is just the popular music of the day, which is technically hip-hop now, I guess. Song, which, that's new. I didn't know that was a thing. That's new to me. Then there's jazz, and we've already talked about jazz and its implications when it comes to music in general. Then there's country music. Now, I know what you're telling yourself. Wesley, I was listening to Hank Williams this morning, and didn't get much wider than him. Wrong. Well, I'm actually happy that you brought up Hank Williams, because if you didn't know, Hank Williams is actually taught guitar by a black man, and really anything country today is inspired by blues. Doesn't take much of a historian to see that, but also the banjo, one of the most synonymous instruments when it comes to country music, was made in West Africa. So, yeah, man, just about everything. I hope you walk away from this video gaining a respect and an appreciation for black music and how it probably inspired your favorite genre of music. And speaking of your favorite genre of music, here are my recommendations for each of the genre of music that was listed as the most popular. I'm talking so fast because we have to leave, and I hope that you guys check us out on Blackout next week, where we talk about, I don't know yet, we'll find out. I'll see you then. Peace.
Thanks, Wes. Now, everyone join Bailey while her roommate gives her a helping hand in making eggs.
Hey guys, welcome to Helping Hands. I'm Bailey Ramsey and I will be your host today. This is my roommate Marissa, and we are going to get a little bit closer. Today we are going to make my famous scrambled eggs, but not with my hands, so we're going to see how this goes. Okay, for this you're going to want salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, eggs, of course, and milk. Okay, let's go ahead and get cracking. Let's grab our eggs. So today we're probably just gonna do 2 because I'm really not that hungry and my roommate's not that hungry either. So we're gonna get cracking. So we're gonna crack our eggs just like that. Yeah, crack it in there, just throw that to the side because no one really likes the shell. We're gonna grab our milk, hopefully. And just pour a little bit, not a whole lot. Oh yeah, that's good. That's maybe a little too much, but who cares? We'll just add another egg. You know what? We'll just do the rest. We're gonna do 6 eggs because we're really We're gonna open that up. We broke it. Just sprinkle it in. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Whoa, that's too much. Okay, right there. Grab our salt now, maybe. There we go. That's good. Let's get to crack-a-lacking. That's a lot of salt, but who cares? Now, garlic powder. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Whoa. Garlic. Oh, shoot. Okay, whoa. This is getting crazy. Yeah, you better grab your fork and stir. Oh yeah, whisk. So now we are going to just head on over to the oven. Now you're just gonna stir. Alright guys, now that we sped that up for you, let's get the eggs on our plate. And you know, the key to successful eggs is really not cooking them for too long. You want them nice and moist with a little bit of juice from the milk left. Makes it nice and fluffy. And eat up. It's a little oniony, but we don't care. That's gonna do it for Helping Hands. Stick around for next time when we make quesadillas.
Wow, Bailey, I gotta hand it to you. That was pretty excellent. Coming up next is your very own guide for how to avoid procrastination. Stick around for all you need to know. This week, we'll talk about how to avoid procrastination. We totally understand that sometimes we don't feel like doing work. It's what we do. Procrastination is a hardship all students face every day. We know that we should be doing that one paper, but we really don't want to. Life seems crazy when you're trying to maintain your school life, your job, and your social life. Putting things off until last minute seems like it's the easy way out, but then we are forced to pull a stress-induced all-nighter. However, with our tips and tricks, we can help you maintain your lifestyle and crush your anxiety and stress by showing you how to avoid procrastination. Let's get started. According to Columbia College and College Express, staying current with your classes and studies must be a top priority for you in order to avoid procrastination. To avoid putting off a task and procrastinating, you can use these tricks so you don't fall behind. Number 1, be organized and make a plan. Create a schedule and set aside specific time to start and complete work in a timely manner. Maybe get a planner or use your phone to keep track of your important due dates and set a deadline and aim for it to be done 1 or 2 days in advance. That way, if something unexpected happens, you still have extra time. Sticking to that schedule will increase your motivation. Number 2, set simple yet achievable goals. We sometimes get overwhelmed by some tasks and we procrastinate because it just seems too daunting. By establishing easier goals rather than a big project, it makes the goal less intimidating and reachable. Break the task up into small chunks over time to make it more manageable for yourself. Number 3, get rid of distractions. Sometimes we tend to spend too much time on our phones, TVs, or whatever other distraction when we should be working. Before you begin, turn your phone on silent, unless you're expecting a call from your mama. When it comes to noise, there are tons of options. Some people like to find a quiet place, or try listening to music, or be in a crowded place. That way they don't get lost in their own thoughts. This will help you focus on the task at hand. Number 4, time yourself and relax. When you are overloaded with schoolwork, it's pretty easy to overwork yourself. Allow your brain to take a 10 to 15 minute break every hour or so to comprehend the information and regain focus. Set a timer for a period of work to prevent a burnout. It's important to take mental breathers from schoolwork. During your break, you can take a walk, listen to music, do some chores, anything. that takes your mind off of work and allows you to relax. Number 5, use incentives. Everyone loves to be rewarded, and it is easier to pay attention when something is at stake. After working for a certain amount of time, maybe use food, binge watching, or whatever fun activity you like to do as a reward for yourself. Number 6, set priorities. Get the hard stuff done first. We know it's hard to do something that you don't want to do, but once it's over, you'll be thankful that it's done. Don't put off other tasks, but change your schedule to include what is most important at that time and make time for other tasks you set aside. It's best to complete the most challenging tasks first. That way, everything afterwards seems easier and takes a shorter amount of time. Easy. Number 7, tell someone about your goal. It's easy to forget about tasks or to put them off if you're the only person holding yourself accountable. By telling a friend or relative, someone is holding you responsible for your goals and supporting you all the way through. Unless they are meanie heads, then don't tell them. All of these tips will help you avoid procrastination and make your life a whole lot easier. Be sure to tune in every week at 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday on KNWT Channel 8 and our YouTube channel, KNWT TV. Coming up next is Cat Play. As always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for watching.